Hello everybody, Angie here, coming on to do my monthly collage with you guys on hashtag 2022 Collage Challenge for June, co-hosted by Lee with Lee's Art Studio and Julie with Art and Junk Journals with Julie. This is a monthly collage challenge, open collaboration, hosted by the two of these ladies, and we are in June. This is a list of all the prompts. Now there are a lot of prompts involved in this collage. I've got all my prompts stacked here. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I am just going to hope for the best, and hopefully something comes together and we get something of a nice picture going. Okay, I'll run through the prompts and we'll get started because there's a lot involved in this particular monthly collage. Okay. Now, for the age, period, and style, it's retro, okay? So for retro, I have quite a few different things. I've got some, had to go to the internet and do some print offs. So I've got some little patterns here. I've got this pattern here for retro, and I've got this little pattern here. Okay, oh, and I also, well, anyway. And then for theme is fall, and it says orange and brown tones, forest, leaves, etc. Now to start with, I'm going to put my collage on this orange cardstock. Okay, so that's going to be my base, as well as I brought in these colors here for my fall. I got this little small piece of leafed paper here, as well as these rust brown kind of beautiful pieces of scrap here that I'm going to use here, and I thought those fit in really good for fall colors there. Okay, so those are going to be my fall. The color now is purple. Okay, so for that I've got some more scraps, and I have these. Okay, so I got four different ones. Oh, 5 different ones. Let me see. So I've got some purple polka dot, I've got plain, plaid, okay, 4, and striped. So that's going to be my color for my purple, or lavender. Now paper choice, you're supposed to use ledger paper, receipt paper, invoice paper, form, or brochure. I have a couple of those. Okay, so I have a couple digital prints of that. Now for imagery or focal point, you're supposed to use a place or a building. Now for that, I have a place, and it's retro themed. So I have this little image of a living room, okay? Like a little living room, okay? So that's gonna be my focal point, hopefully. Architecture, door, or a window, so that's that. For marks, you're supposed to use splashes, random paints, marks, or gesso. We'll see about that. I did grab with all the colors that we have going on with this particular collage. The only thing I thought that would be somewhat appropriate for paints or splashes is white. So I do have some white acrylic. Shapes is supposed to be asterisks or stars. So that's where I thought this might come in, even though the colors don't really quite mesh with all the other colors that we're working with. Maybe this one, because there is some orange, we might be able to tie that in. That's kind of like asterisk, and kind of like star themed, kind of, so to speak. So maybe I could just use that one. And to swap, if I need to swap one out, or for a bonus, use handwriting, letter, or postcards. So I did grab a postcard, so maybe I can put that in there for a bonus somewhere. We'll see. And then I also, for retro, to kind of tie in with the purple themed, I have some rickrack. I don't know if I'll be able to use that. And then I fussy cut some ladies out with the purple theme, from some sewing pattern covers, some old retro sewing patterns. I'm going to use those. And for retro as well, also, I have these little cassette tape. They're kind of like wall art. Since we're doing like a living room, I'm going to try to do like a living room theme. So these are like going to be like some wall art. So I'll try to use those. And that's it. So let's get started. See what I can come up with. Like I said, there are a lot of prompts. That's where the challenging part comes in, but that also makes it fun and takes us outside of our comfort level and see what we could come with. Okay. I don't know if I should just look at that or just work with what I've got and just go for it. I don't even know. And I know these were 8.5 by 11, so I don't know if I should just use this as my base. Let's see. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys, so just be patient with me. We're going to hope for the best here. Let's put these opposite. Let's tear this one in half. Well, that doesn't quite fill that in, but with all of our other, excuse me, all of our other pieces, believe me, we have plenty to work with here. I don't see that as being a problem. I'm going to put this right here so I can kind of refer to this because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, the period is retro. The theme is autumn. Color is purple. Okay, so maybe I should do, let's see. Maybe I should do a purple background. Maybe I should do something like that. And then my focal point will go right in the middle with, I don't want those straight edges so much. Let's take some of that down a little bit. Oh, that might be too short. Let's see. We just need a little bit poking out. Maybe something like that. Okay, that's a start, I think. I'm going to go ahead and put that down as a base, I think. I think that's what we'll do. So I was kind of excited actually to get started on this particular collage this month just because of the retro theme. I love this era, but as excited as I was about it, you know, it was a challenge as well because of the prompts, you know. So we'll see how everything comes together. Okay. And I was very mindful of keeping track of it because last month I almost let it slip my mind. So I was very focused not to let that happen this time. Okay, that's a start. And then I do want this to be that's going to be my focal point. Okay, so now we just got to kind of work with everything else around. Now I got to get some of my fall stuff in here. So I don't know how that's going to work. I'm thinking I'm just going to kind of put some pieces around. We'll see how that works. Trying to tear it away so I don't have too much of the white side of the paper showing. A little bit is okay, but just not too much. Let's see, kind of go in and out. Okay, one up there. I don't know how fall-y this looks, but at least we have the fall colors. Do you know what I mean? Kind of hard to, because I'm going with an indoor themed picture, so I don't know. Kind of looks like a flower, doesn't it? Okay. I think I'm going to go with something like that. I'm not going to put anything down yet. I have this. Get these little bits out of the way, or they're going to bother me. Okay. And I still have the postcard. I'll just tuck that in just enough so we could see it. Because I want to put these, like, because they're wall art, so I'm thinking these up toward the top. Maybe something like that. Looks kind of fun, huh? Maybe. And then for the asterisk, I need to get some of this in there, huh? I wonder. You remember back in those days, it'd always be a nice big, well, not even then, even still now, but nice big area rug underneath the table. Maybe put an oval. Maybe like that's a trying to think of how I can cut this picture and make this look like it's a rug under there. Let me take these off for the moment. I can put those last. They're just little bits. I don't want to ruin this picture because if I mess it up, it's the only one I've got. Then I'll be piecing it back together, piece by piece. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to make this smaller. All right, I don't know how well this is gonna look, but I'm gonna try to fine cut, I'll move this up, fine cut this out, and remove this background here a little bit. Keep your fingers crossed for me, please. There's one. Sometimes my hand is steady and sometimes it isn't, so we'll see. Starting out okay. There's just so many different patterns and colors and stuff going on. I just feel like if I could remove this, it'd be a little bit better. See, I started out good here. No, not so good. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, go and remove the gray down in the middle of the circle, and I think we'll be okay if I can get that out. Okay. Get this somewhat back together here. So that's supposed to represent a rug. Okay. Well, that's what I'm going to go with. So that will represent my asterisks and my... Okay. All right, so we're going to go with that. I think I can live with that. Okay. And we're just going to start putting these down in a circular fashion. Actually, I could use my glue stick for these. Okay, something like that. Okay. I know collages can be whatever interpretation you want them to be. But I try to like to make mine resemble some sort of a picture, you know, when I can. Okay. Well, I don't know. What do you think? Okay. Then I had these ladies, and I figured since, my thought was since it was a living room themed, that maybe they're having like a gathering of some sort. And I don't know, having themselves a little shindig. I don't know. I was thinking about maybe tucking her behind. And I'm looking at it. She looks like she's further away, you know. So I feel like maybe putting her behind. She's walking away, going off a little bit of a distance maybe. And they're closer up. And she's got a book in her hand. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. A couple of them they're all dressed up. I guess that looks okay. Okay. So, while I'm doing this, I'll tell you a little short story. I totally has nothing to do with crafting, but it's on my mind while I'm, it's funny, while I'm sitting here crafting, I'm thinking about dog food. With this whole COVID thing, you know, with the shortages and the shopping and people going berserk with the shopping and just everything going on right now. The baby formula, shortage of baby formula now. Well, I don't know if you guys are having a problem with it in your area. Now it seems there's a shortage in dog food. And I've been noticing it over the last couple months because every time I go through 2 50-pound bags of dog food per month. And I normally just buy 1 bag a month. But like I said, over the last several months, I've noticed that it's being more sparse and more sparse. I'm having to go to 2 or 3 different stores to be able to find the brand that I buy my dogs. So, you know, I may have to get 2 bags because, oh, this is all, I've been to 3 stores and I finally find it, so I'll get both bags and it'll last me a month. And then the next month I go to get it and I won't find it, but I still have some left over. Maybe for another 5 or 6 days before they're completely out, and I go to another 3 or 4 more stores and I finally find it, but I only find 1 bag, what have you. So anyway, I've been going through this for about the last 6 months or so, and now my dogs are completely out. I fed them the last of their food this morning, and I've been searching for the last week or so, or more maybe, and I can't find their brand. So I don't know what I want to do. If I want to just, I'm not going to let them starve, of course, but I don't want to buy them a different brand. But I'm thinking I may have to do that. So tomorrow I'll have to make a decision whether to go to a store and get them something else, because they will not have any breakfast if I don't. So I don't know what it is with this darn dog food. Dog food and baby formula. Who knew? I'm just curling this on the edge here just to straighten that. Okay, well, I'm done with my dog food rant. So that's my living room scene, guys. I've got my ladies in the lounge or in their living room, and they're having their little gathering. And then I've got my little retro artwork here. I thought I'd just go ahead and just throw that up on here just for extra something. And my glue is almost out, so I'm just going to pull that out and use it like this. And the good old cassette tapes. Maybe they've got some music going. Who knows what kind of a affair this is. It looks like it looks pretty high end since they're all dolled up and dressed up. Maybe they're actresses and they're working on their scenes, and she's reading their script to them or something. I don't know. I like to play it out of my brain, something. Okay. I didn't use this. I'm just trying to see if I can blue. I don't think we really need any more color in this. As I was talking, I was looking at this, and you see the lines of the leaves, even though we don't really need any more color in. I'm just gonna cut one line. I'm just gonna see how that would look. And I'm just gonna follow along the pattern here. Try and not take too long here, and see how this would look. Since it's supposed to be a fall theme and it says leaves, maybe we can add a little something extra in here. Or, you know what, I just thought of something quicker. Not as much cutting. Ah, maybe just some little individual leaves. How about something like that? I don't know. You can just put a few around. Because it doesn't really look like it's fall right now. I mean, it's got the colors in there, but I don't know if I've really grasped the theme of fall. So maybe if I put a few leaves around, that may help. It's just so busy. There's so much going on. I feel like I'm losing my concept somewhere, but I don't know. We're just gonna go for what we know here, go for the best. Pardon me for that, if your phone going off here. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna put a few little leaves down and around here and there. Oops, right, I took that out. And see what that does. For us here. So yeah, please keep your fingers crossed for me, and hope I find some dog food tomorrow. I went online, checked at Walmart, I checked at Target, I checked at Petco, I checked at PetSmart, King Soopers, Big Lots. Cannot find any dog food. And I do not want to feed them that no good stuff. That generic, I don't know if you want to call it generic brand or what you want to call it, but those unhealthy brands. And I'm almost afraid that, if I were to give them some of that it would probably make them sick, because they really do have very sensitive stomachs, because they're so used to just their brand. I'm almost worried that if I were to give them something else, that they would get sick. So I'm just all worried about my babies. All right, that's enough leaves. All right, let me see where I'm at here, guys. The retro theme, we've got that. Autumn and fall. We've got the colors, we've got oranges and browns, we've got some leaves. Ledger and receipt paper, I've got some of that tucked in the back. A focal point is a place, that's the living room or lounge, whatever you want to call that there. Marks is splashes or paints, we don't have that yet. Asterisks, we've got some of that there. Handwriting or postcard, I've got the postcard in the background. Only thing I don't have is splashes of random paint. And I guess we can try and do a little something here with that. Let me get everything out of the way and we can see what we can do here. And I do agree that anything that, oops, that comes out, woo, way fast. And I did have a paintbrush here. Here we go. Try not to make too much of a mess. Let's see what we can. It's a little glumpy. Mix that in with this here. This is just some watered down gesso that I was using last week. So brighten and whiten it up and thicken it some with the acrylic. Okay, I'm going to attempt a little splattering here. Try to keep my mess to a minimum. Oh, I kind of like that actually. If I can keep the splattering small, I kind of like it. Hold it up higher maybe. Okay, I think that's enough. Okay. And move that. It's kind of a big glob right there. Okay. Well, I don't know how good or bad that looks, but I've got everything, all the prompts incorporated in there. And I wouldn't say it's that bad. I almost want to kind of just go around the edges here for some reason. I'm hoping it'll just kind of brighten it up a little bit. We'll see how it looks. And I'm not trying to be neat about it. I guess I could have used my white distress crayon too. Oh, well. A little late. Okay, I'm going to stop there, guys. That is my monthly collage. I will put their channels and their links in the description box below. This is hashtag 2022 Collage Challenge June. And this is co-hosted by Lee with Lee's Art Studio and Julie from, excuse me, Art and Junk Journals with Julie. Use hashtag 2022 Collage Challenge JUN if you want to see others that are participating in this open collage. I hope you like what you see today. Please give me a like, hit that subscribe button, and thank you so much for spending some time with me today, guys. Take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.